Hello friends, today our topic is dynamic trunking protocol and etherchannel. In this topic we will discuss, we will create the topology, then we will verify how to configure a trunk link between the two switches. We will use following topology to verify our trunk link. In this scenario, we will configure an access link for a end user and a switch and a trunk link between the two switches. In this trunk link, we will configure multiple trunking modes to verify the link between the two switches. Let's start, and after that we will use this topology to verify or configure our ether channel. Let's start our Cisco lab, Cisco packet tracer lab. In this lab, I have created a trunk link between the two switches by using a cross cable, and this PC and this PC. These two PCs are in VLAN 10 and similarly these two PCs are in VLAN 20. First we will verify. Here you can see the port numbers being used. You can see that the two switches are connected with each other via gig 0/1. We will verify what is the status of this trunk link. Show interface trunk. Right now we are unable to see any trunk link between the two switches, or in fact on switch 1. Let's check the trunking mode of gig 0/1. Config terminal interface gig 0 slash no, this is not the command. Show interface gig ether/01 switch port. Here we can see that the administrative mode or trunking mode is dynamic auto. Similarly, we will check the trunking mode of this switch. Show interface 0/1 switch port. Both the ports are in dynamic auto mode. That is why we are unable to establish a trunk link between the two switches. In order to establish a trunk link between the two switches, one port should be working as a dynamic desirable mode, or both the ports can also be configured as dynamic desirable. Because both the ports are desirable to create a trunk link. In this scenario, both the ports are waiting for each other to send a request or send an offer to create a trunk link. Let's change the mode of this port, then we will verify the status of the port. You can see that now the ports have changed their status. Let's verify. Show interface trunk. Now we can see that gig 0/1 has changed his mode as desirable. Encapsulation being used is 802.1q and status is trunking. Native VLAN is 1, which is by default added in this trunk link. In Cisco, we don't have to add manually every VLAN into the trunk link. It automatically adds every VLAN present on the switch in trunk link. Now we will configure IP addresses for these end users to verify the connectivity. 10.1.192.168. On layer 2 we don't have to add a gateway, but okay, let's add 254. 192.168.20.168.20.254. 192.168.20.25, sorry, 10.254. 192.168.20.2 20.254. Let's ping the other PC on the network in VLAN 10. We are accessing the PC2 from PC0. Similarly, we will check the connectivity between these two PCs. We are able to access the other PC as well. This is the way how to configure a trunk link. We have seen that when both the ports were in dynamic auto mode, they were unable to create a trunk link between the two switches. Now let's change the mode of this port as a dynamic desirable. Let's check what happens. Configure terminal interface 0/1 switch port mode dynamic desirable. Now let's check the state of trunk link. Show interface trunk. Still, you can see that this is working as a trunking port. Oh, sorry, it is in running mode. Now check same status, as both the ports are offering each other to create a link or create a trunk link. Now let's configure a trunk mode in which there is no requirement of request and offer from the other end. Config terminal interface gigabit 0/1 switch port mode trunk. Similarly, on switch 2 we will configure the same way. Interface gigabit 0/1 switch port mode trunk. Interface here you can see that it is working as a trunk link. You can verify the connectivity as well. You can see successful. Similarly here you can see that connectivity is successful. Now we will create an ether channel between the two switches. We have configured a trunk link between the two switches. Now let's disable this interface. Similarly, in this one, configure terminal interface gigabit h1 shutdown. We will add another link 0/2 to 0/2. Interface gigabit 0/2. Shutdown. We will shut down both the links. Then we will configure an ether channel between the two switches. Let's start from the switch 1. Interface. We will select the number of interfaces for the ether channel. Interface range fast ethernet 0 slash fast ethernet gigabit ethernet 0/1 to 0/2. Channel dash group. We have to enter a channel group number. Let's say we have a channel group number 1. Then we will add a mode. There are multiple number of modes. This is working on the same scenario. There are 3 type of modes: LACP mode, PAGP mode. If we select active on one end, then we have to select passive on other end. And if we select auto mode at one end, then we have to select desirable mode on other end. If we select on mode, then we have to select same on mode on other end. Let's configure ether channel by using LACP. So we will choose active, and that's it. Here you can see is not compatible with and will be suspended. Okay, let me know what's wrong with this. We didn't change the mode of gig 0/2 because gig 0/1 is in dynamic desirable mode, whereas gig 0/2 is by default in dynamic auto mode. So we have to first change the trunking mode of the port. Interface gigabit 0/2 switch port mode dynamic desirable. Now we will select the range. Interface range gigabit 0/1 to 2. Same channel group number 1 mode active. We are using LACP. Okay, active. Done. Oh my god, sorry, I'm wrong. We didn't configure it as a dynamic desirable. In fact, in the end we configured it as trunking mode, as on mode. Let's change. Interface gigabit 0/2 switchboard mode trunk. Interface range gigabit 0/1 to 2. Channel group 1 mode active. That's it. Similarly, we will change the mode of DTP here. Interface gigabit 0/2 switchboard mode trunk. Now change interface range gigabit 0/1 to 2 um, channel group 1 mode. Now select LACP here active. Other end was active mode. Now we will use this passive mode passive. Creating a port channel interface, port channel 1. Okay. Let's make it operational. No shutdown. No shutdown. Let's check the status of the link. As we know that both the switches are connected directly with each other via two links, as both the switches are using STP by default. So if we don't make it an ether channel, one of the link will be working as a active link and the other link will be working as a backup link. This is passive, this is active. Why this is not changing the color? That's it. You can see that both the links are working as a single link. We create ether channel between the two switches in order to enhance the bandwidth of the link between the two switches. Suppose earlier we were using a single link between the two switches as a trunk link who has the capacity of say 100 MBs. Now we have added another 100 MBs into the link. Now as a bundle of these two links, and in fact these two links are working as a bundle and have the capacity of 200 MBs. I hope you have understood the criteria how to create an ether channel between the two switches. Similarly, how to manage the trunk ports, or in order how to configure trunk ports between the two switches. If you have any query regarding this lab, you can ask me in comments. I'll try my level best to answer you people as soon as possible. Thank you guys.